What is up, guys? This is Zach from Anglers Escape, and today I'm going to be doing some pond bass fishing with the Mystery Tackle Box Pro for the month of August. It's basically a monthly subscription service where you get 5 or 6 lures a month. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got for this month. And I'll go ahead and show you how to use some of these baits and some new fishing techniques that you might not be aware of. But the first lure we got here is a football jig head. I really like football jig heads, especially for these ponds. They seem to work pretty good. And then it looks like we got some trailers for the jig heads. This is a Z-Man Crustacean Z Pond Scum, and we'll definitely hook that onto the jig head. Next, we got a topwater frog lure. Since there's not a lot of frogs in this pond, I'm probably not going to use it today, but I do love topwaters if there is a lot of frogs at a local lake. Next, we got a pretty big crankbait. It's an XRM series. This should work pretty good for the bass. I don't know if I'm going to throw it today. I want to kind of focus on plastics. This lake, the worms and jig heads work really well, so I'll probably stick along those lines. And then we got a grub from Ketchco. It's more of a worm type grub. I'll either put this on a Carolina rig or a drop shot rig. And actually, guys, they gave us a FinTech SS Minnow, some swim bait heads, so I'll probably just go ahead and hook up these grubs on that jig head, and I'll show you how to do that and fish those today. I think that's what's going to be most successful in this pond. And finally, guys, we got some scent from Mystery Tackle Box, so I'll go ahead and add this to the grubs before I start fishing. But let's go ahead and see if we can't catch something with this month's box. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is try fishing this grub and jig head for bass that I came in the Mystery Tackle Box. So I'm going to take my jig head and just thread on this grub a little ways. Push it on up there, and there we go. I'll go ahead and throw this, see if we can't catch some bass, and then I'll go ahead and add some of this scent to the plastic. Normally what I do is if I have little scent packs like this, I'll just dump it into the entire plastic bag and then let it soak overnight. So since I'm not letting it soak, it's not going to be quite as potent, but I'm going to go ahead and try it out. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and just try this little grub from Ketchco on a drop shot rig and see if we can't catch something, give it a little more action, and keep it a little higher in the water column. There's a lot of moss on the bottom of the lake, so when I'm using this with that heavy jig head, it's just dragging the bottom, but this drop shot rig should keep the worm a little more off the bottom and out of that moss. So let's see if we can't catch something. There we go, guys, we got one. Finally, that's a good one. Get him across the water on that drop shot rig. But there we go, nice little bass. Using that Ketchco grub from the Mystery Tackle Box. You see it tried to inhale it, but right in the corner of the mouth, using that drop shot rig. As soon as I took it off from that swim bait jig head and started using a drop shot, I started catching a lot more fish just because it's so mossy on the bottom. If you don't keep the lure a little off the bottom, it's just hard to get a good fish. But that's a nice bass on that drop shot rig using the Mystery Tackle Box for the month of August. Go ahead and release them, and let's see if we can't catch some more.